What is up, DTL fans? Sorry for the lack of new content lately, but I've been having some phone problems, so videotaping my hunting's been a little difficult. I am working on a short hunting video, and there is going to be another pickup video coming soon, but for right now, I'm going to take you through a little bit of my collection. Now, I'm running into the same problem that any other collector runs into. I am very quickly running out of room. Every single one of my shelves is almost filled, and there's stuff just overflowing down here. I've got controllers for every system imaginable. This is an original Atari case with a 6-switch wood grain Atari, a bunch of games, paddle controllers. This is a bunch of Master System stuff. This is my entire Atari 5200 collection down here. Super Nintendo controllers, GameCube controllers. This really rare Marvel Venom controller for the GameCube. I got my Advantage down here. Yeah, lots of stuff. Steering wheel. This entire cabinet you guys can see behind me is filled with stuff as well. That is my entire PlayStation collection. Doubles in here. I got a couple Famicom games, like Angry Birds on Famicom? What the hell? Yeah. Doubles of games, a couple Japanese games, boxes for stuff. There's my brand new charger for my 3DS, my 2DS in box. This is kind of cool. This is my this is my Game Genie with manual. There's something kind of cool up here. Balls just fell. Who cares? Got something kind of cool up here. Picked this up for 50 cents. This is a Zelda comic book. That was really cool. All these drawers are filled with controllers. There's my NES satellite, a bunch of Game Gear stuff in there. I have the ColecoVision Atari 5200 adapter in there. And, you know, more controllers and manuals and all sorts of stuff in here. More Atari 2600 games down here. I'm not the biggest collector of Atari 2600, but I do know that the rarest game I own on Atari 2600 is Spy Hunter. This is an original Game Boy case that I've had since I was a kid. And there's a bunch of more Game Boy games in there. There's some in here. Got my SpongeBob SP. My Intellivision 2, got a couple of Intellivision in-box games up there. It's a Vader 4-switch Atari back there. Comic-Con Zelda Shield. That is my Odyssey 300 back there. A bunch of Atari and ColecoVision and Intellivision back there. Plug-and-play flashback consoles. Some of the original Coleco tabletops. These both work. This one's missing the lower battery cover, and yeah, my entire 32X collection right there. You guys already know what that is. That is my Comic-Con exclusive limited edition Link figure. Thank you to Nick the French Stereotype for picking that up for me. There is my complete in box A Link Between Worlds 3DS, and a bunch of other random stuff, stuff you've seen, some stuff you haven't. Doctor Who fan as well. Thank you to Leo the video game guy for this. This is an autographed Green Ranger picture. The Green Ranger was my favorite as a kid. There's my Link plush from Wind Waker. Ninja Turtles bank, Future Trunks, Super Mario poster. Here is some of my Halo collection. You guys already know about those. Those are the 3 other ones I have. There's my Halo Reach limited edition collector set, complete in box. Halo Mega Blocks. I have a lot more of these that aren't out on display. That is my Call of Duty Advanced Warfare pre-release poster that I need to dig out of there. And it's kind of hard to see, but I've got even more stuff in my closet. That is a spare Super Nintendo, GameCube. There's a Genesis back there. Some more sealed Star Wars figures. sealed Legos. Back behind there is my original 360 Slim box. That FedEx box actually has an original Xbox 360. It's been modded to play burn games, and that one actually cannot be banned from Xbox Live because it's so old, it cannot read the security layer of the discs. A bunch of movies, video capture stuff, my Radioactive Man, Homer, my ECW World Heavyweight Championship belt, and my custom-made World Heavyweight belt. So yeah, there's consoles over here. These are just the ones I have hooked up to the TV. There's the PS2, the Genesis, the N64, the Super Nintendo, Nintendo, GameCube, Xbox 360, more controllers, my Call of Duty Ghost masks. That is an 8-switch AV connector that all but one, maybe two are filled up. And yes, I still have a VCR, because I still watch VHS. And this back here, this is sad. I can't believe I'm showing you guys this. This is just a tangled mess of wires. So yeah, I'm going to be completely redoing this entire collection. Instead of it being all shoved in this corner, and you know, little bits here and there and there, it's actually going to be made from this wall right here, kind of where my desk ends, moving my bed, and all of this, and this is going to get removed, basically down to my light switch right there, is all going to be my collection area. There's going to be shelves, my posters are going to be put up. It's going to look really nice when I'm done with it. So you're going to have to wait for collection video 3 to see that, but as soon as I actually stop the recording, I'm going to get on pulling all this stuff off and boxing it up, which stinks because I don't know how you guys keep your collections, but see if I can get a good shot of this. All of my games are kept in alphabetical order. All of them. This is actually Afterburner. It's the wrong game came in the case, so that's why it's here. So it is technically in alphabetical order, even though the outside says Pro Wrestling. So yeah, all my stuff gets put in alphabetical order. You know. So that's the hard part for me for redoing all this. It's all got to be put back in alphabetical order or taken off in such a way where it doesn't get messed up. But this is just a brief collection video. It's kind of got a little bit longer than I was thinking. I wanted to show you guys a couple of cool NES stuff I have. For a while I got really big into collecting hack games on cart. Like, how many of you have seen Sonic the Hedgehog on NES? Yeah, that's right. Or, let's see what else I got. Oh yeah, any Guitar Hero fans? Then maybe you want to check out D-Pad Hero. This game's actually really cool. It's kind of reminds me of like Dance Dance Revolution, but you just use the D-pad. But the 8-bit renditions of stuff like Daft Punk's Harder, Faster, and stuff like that actually came out really cool on this. Basically, just check it out for the music. I wouldn't actually play it. This was cool. Somebody gave this to me. This is Super Donkey Kong Country 2 on NES. And yes, somebody actually did sit down and hack this game onto an NES cart. It came out pretty good. I will be putting out a video with some footage of this one on it, so look forward to that. I'm not going to tell you too much about it right now. A couple other hack games I have is like Castlevania Overflow of Darkness. This is, if you're a huge Castlevania fan, but you've gotten to the point where you can just run through it pretty easily, pick this up, because it's basically, they've changed the layout and made it a lot harder. And, you know, I got one other hack game I'm going to show you guys right now. Are there any AVGN fans in the house? If so, then you probably already are aware of this game. But yes, I have AVGN versus Dr. Wily. This is, for those of you who don't know, this is basically Mega Man 2, where they replaced Mega Man with a pixelated version of the Nerd. And they made it harder, so it's actually a lot of fun. You know, a couple other games I love in my collection are obviously, you guys know of Gun Knack if you watch my pickup video. These are my complete in box game. I don't have too many of them. I got Tetris, WrestleMania Challenge, Stealth, Battle Tank, Top Gun Second Mission, Wheel of Fortune, Championship Bowling, Wheel of Fortune Family Edition, and Bases Loaded. This is another hack game. This one really stinks. They tried to put Street Fighter 2 onto NES, and it just did not come across well. It's funny because the back of it actually says Tekken 3. Alright, I got one other hack game I'm going to show you guys. I know I said AVGN versus Dr. Wily was the last one. I got one last one. I promise, this is the last one. Do we have any Star Fox fans in the house? Do you remember when they announced Star Fox 2 in Game Informer and in Nintendo Power, but it never came to be? Well, guess what? I have a hacked version of it on a cart. It is fully functional and fully works. It is fantastic. I love the fact that I have this because I am a huge Star Fox fan. A lot of people in their collections are like, I want a complete N64 collection, or I want a complete Super Nintendo collection. I'm collecting a little bit differently because some of those things are kind of hard to come across. I want stuff like a complete Star Fox collection. I have Star Fox 64 right there, and Star Fox 64 right there. If you didn't know they put it out on 3DS, they did. I have every single Star Fox game except for Star Fox Assault on the GameCube, and I have one that most people don't have, and that's Star Fox 2. This game is actually a lot of fun. I really wish they would have put it out because it's honestly one of my favorite Star Fox games. And of course, what Super Nintendo collection is complete without Shaq Fu? One of the worst games ever made. Actually, I don't know. Let's take a poll right now. Let's put in the comments section. What do you think was a worse fighting game or tournament fighter? Shaq Fu or Balls 3D? Those are probably two of the worst tournament fighters in the 16-bit era. Especially, you know, when you got stuff like Mortal Kombat and Turtles Tournament Fighter to compete with, and I have it somewhere down here. Oh yeah, you know, Super Street Fighter 2. You know, with all those great games, who the heck needed Shaq Fu? Another horrible one was Pit Fighter, but I don't have that. And I'm also going for a complete Halo collection. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm going for a complete Halo collection. As it sits right now, I have Reach, Halo Anniversary, Halo 3, Halo 3 Essentials, Halo 3 ODST, Halo 4, Halo 4 Collector's Edition, the original Halo on Xbox, Halo 2 on Xbox, and the Collector's Edition Halo 2 on Xbox, and the Game of the Year edition of the original Halo on Xbox. There's only a couple more that I know of that I don't have, and that is the Collector's Edition of 3 that comes in one of these metal cases. And let's see, what else? You know, the non-platinum hits of 2, and the map pack for 2. Even though it does come in the Collector's Edition, I want the separate disc. But whenever I find it, people want, like, you know, $15 for it. It's like, you can't even play it. The servers aren't even up anymore, so what's the point of paying that much for it? And obviously, I want a full Zelda collection. I'm a little behind on that one because a lot of it got stolen from me. You know, I got A Link Between Worlds, Ocarina of Time on 3DS. I don't have Majora's Mask yet on 3DS. Wasn't the biggest fan of it. Actually, I don't even have Majora's Mask yet on N64. I do have, though, if I could find it. I ordered end labels for these. That I just haven't gotten around to sticking them on. I have Ocarina of Time, Link to the Past. Obviously, I have Zelda 1 and Zelda 2. Yeah, let's bust out the Game Boy collection. I have A Link to the Past 4 Swords on Advance. And Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages, two of my favorite. Actually, these are two of my favorite old school Zelda games. They're the best on the original Game Boy Color, in my opinion. Yes, I like them better than Link's Awakening. I don't have Link's Awakening. Got the Pikachu edition, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Gold. This one doesn't save though. And Donkey Kong Land, this one doesn't save either. I'm gonna have to get some batteries and fix that. Got anything else I want to show you guys? Oh yeah. So I'm missing. I got, Wind Waker. So I'm missing, Twilight Princess. If you want to just count GameCube and back, I'm missing Twilight Princess, Majora's Mask, and Link's Awakening. And I'm missing 2 copies, actually, of Majora's Mask, because they released it on the 3DS. I know there's Skyward Sword as well, but I don't collect for Wii because I don't have one. I'm not a fan of the Wii. My whole reason I'm not a fan of the Wii is when I come home and play a video game, I want to sit down and play a video game. I don't want to sit here and have to move around. If I want to move around and get some exercise, I'll go outside. But, no, I already showed you that, but speaking of Oracle of Seasons and Ages, a friend of mine gave me this a while ago, and this is the strategy guide to Seasons and Ages. If you don't know, they're linked games, and the only way to get the real ending is to beat them both. But this is really handy, mainly because it has a map of both of them. Came in really handy. Ages has, obviously, its travel back in time. My personal favorite, and yes, watch out, I'm Dan the Link, I have an opinion, is Seasons. I loved this game. I love the fact that you can see on here, if you don't know about Seasons, you can see like a winter land and a summer land and fall and all that stuff. It's really cool because in order to unlock certain secrets, like right here, if you look, see that ledge? If you were to jump up on a stump nearby and change it to, I believe it's spring, you'd get a vine that grows up that wall, and then you can climb up there and get there. So there's a lot of secrets like that in that game that just made that game really cool. This video got way out of hand. I just wanted to give you guys a brief overview before I tear this all apart so you can kind of see a before and after. Yeah, if you want to see what this all turns out looking like, you're going to have to check out my collection video, part 3. I'm Dan the Link. Stay frosty. I'll catch you on the flip side.